Hello friends, I'm Vande Matram. I am Amogh Sri and today in this video I will be teaching you about matters in our surrounding. So this is our first video about science for ninth class. So please view it and until the end and like this and share. So I'm Amogh Sri and if you're new to my channel, subscribe, share and like. So let's begin with the video. So the first thing what we should learn in this chapter is matter. What is matter actually? Now, a simple and a short definition for this is everything in the universe is matter. Everything in the universe is matter, and the other point I want to bring for this concept is they have mass and volume. Now, every matter has mass, weight and mass and volume. It has volume. Anything that doesn't have mass and volume is not a matter. Everything which have mass and volume has or is matter. Now the other thing I want to bring to you is the early Indians categorized this into Panchatattva. That is Panchatattva. That is air, earth, sky and water and fire. These are Panchatattva. And now the matters are classified on their physical and chemical aspects. Now in this chapter we will be learning about their physical aspects, and the chemical aspects will be learned in the next chapters, in the coming chapters. So what is the physical nature of these matters? Physical nature of these matters. Now the first question arises in the every mind, that is how or now particles are two school of thoughts, that is, are they like building block or are they like sand? In simple, I want to tell you that are they continuous or particulate? Continuous or particulate? I want to state you this particulate. Now if you mix 10 10 grams of salt in a liter of water, it mixes uniformly and it has that space between those particles. If it was continuous, it would go and settle down, it would not mix. So I want to tell you, it is like sand, it is like particulate. So the nature, physical nature of particles is like sand or is like particulate nature. Now, how small are these particles? Now, there is no limit for these particles. Now, let me give you example of potassium permanganate. Now, take 1,000 ml of water in a jar and put some crystals of potassium permanganate and mix it well. It forms a purple colored solution. Take a sip of a little 50 ml of that and mix into other 1,000 ml of water. Mix it well, take another 50 ml, put it to other, take another and put it. Now you can see at the end of this jar will be something purple, and if you continue those you will find least purple. The variant of this purple will go on diminishing. Okay, so by this I can tell you that it mixes uniformly in water. Now this mixing of the particles on their own is known as diffusion. Remember, diffusion is mixing of particles between the space of each other is known as diffusion. Now I can give a solution for that, how small particles are. You know, the size of this particle cannot be measured, and the particles are as small and they are beyond your imagination. You cannot just imagine how small they are. They are so small that you can just not imagine. So we come to the point that the particles are so small and are beyond our imagination. So now the other concept, that is characteristics of particles of matter. Now we will be studying about what are the characteristics of particles. Now let us understand the thing that do they have space between particles? Now in solids there is no space between particles, if there the least amount of space. Now if you heat a object, now this melting is related to this topic. Now if you heat any object, the kinetic energy increases. Kinetic energy makes them move, vibrate, disturb. And when, take an example, you are standing in a tight bus, everyone, there is a huge rush and it is tightly packed. And when you move, the bus starts to disturb and you start to make some space between you. And when the space between the particle increases, it changes its states into liquid, because liquid has some space more than solids. So you know, when you melt anything, it condenses, or you can say it changes its states into liquid. And when it cools, when the object cools again, the kinetic energy again rests, and again the bus rests, and the space between the particles again decreases and it gets solid. So according to this, the state of the matter, we can conclude that the state of the matter depends upon its kinetic energy, its heat.